Alright, so what we're looking at here, turn that off so that it doesn't buffet the camera with wind noise. This is the SLI rig, or the machine I call the SLI Monster. And if you don't know the specs, I'm not going to get into it in this video. I do have other videos on my channel of this machine, but suffice it to say, this case, which is really well designed, is much better suited for something else, something that's got a need for hard drive bays. Because, I mean, as you can see, the only thing this has in it is this one drive here. And as you might know, I junk picked this down here, this computer, and I'm going to use that case for this, because I think that would be a nice little upgrade. And eventually, sometime down the road, what I'll probably end up doing is getting a USB 3.0 card and installing that in here and being able to use the USB 3.0. I think that'd be nice, but I'm going to go ahead and get a tripod and get this thing all disassembled. So I'll be right back, thanks to the magic of videotape. Okay, just like that. Case is empty of everything except for the CD-ROM and the floppy. I'm not transferring the floppy because there is no 3.5-inch external bay in the other machine, and I don't have a black 5 1/4 to 3.5-inch adapter, and I'm not putting a beige one in there because it'll look stupid. So in the future I might add it back, but for right now I don't need it, so I'm not going to have it. And the other case has an optical drive in it anyway, so I don't need that one. Future use will probably involve my removing that, but it doesn't really matter for the time being. What does matter for right now is that I'm going to take this and put this someplace else, away. I'm going to get the new case, empty it out, perform the thing, do the things that I need to do to it, to get it ready to go, and then put all this hardware back into that new case. I'll be right back once again, thanks to the magic of videotape. You can see it's already got an optical drive in it. We're going to leave that. I'm going to empty out this case. I'm going to get rid of this water cooling grommets. It's busted anyway. And we'll empty this out and we'll deal with it. Here is what we need to do now. I am going to remove this rear fan because this rear fan is busted. This fan is okay. It's a little dirty, but it's okay. It still works. This one does not. Alright, so, next step. There's a bunch of cabling here. I'm going to flip this around. And I'm going to unroute all of this. Well, maybe not. You know what, I think I'll probably leave it for now. I'll route that later. And I'm going to install the motherboard. So there's a couple of things I need to do, and that is to move all of this schmutz, get it all out of the way, so I can actually have a chance of plugging in the new board. I also need to redo the position of the standoffs, and I don't have a whole lot of them to work with, but if I remember right, it's not going to matter because that board does not reach the last of the standoffs here. It's in between and there's no space for standoffs there, so we should be okay to do nothing more. I'm going to get this cable out of the way. Nothing more than to just put that board in. Well, first of all, I/O plate. That's the easiest I/O shield installation I've ever done. So obviously there's something I'm overlooking. But I believe should be okay now to rearrange these standoffs. Okay, standoffs are rearranged. Now, let's do a test fit of this motherboard. Well, it's not really a test fit, because if it works, I'm going to just go ahead and install it. And I see no reason why it wouldn't work. Okay. I'm going to remove the top fan. And I'm going to go with no fan at the top. Because I don't think this heatsink is going to be able to get around that fan. So the motherboard's now in place. So let's start plugging in front panel stuff. This is in the correct location, which is nice. So is all of this. So now I gotta figure out what goes where. That's the power switch. Front panel is not labeled. Awesome. Why would the front panel be labeled? I mean, really? Come on. Okay, so we're back. It's assembled. See, the case is very severely dinged up, bent upwards. I'm not sure when or how that happened, just that it did. Everything else is installed. The cables are managed as best as possible. I've plugged everything in, at least to the best of my knowledge. I don't remember not plugging anything in, but how much do you want to bet that it is not going to work when I put it all the way back in there and hook it all up to its normal peripherals? I guess we'll find out. Okay. Wow, the front panel's hooked up properly. Of course, it looks like we've got a problem. What a surprise! Well, as you can see, it's now down there running. I don't know whether it's completely and totally stable, but it is still running, and it's been running for several minutes now without issue. I think the problem is this, because with that one installed, it was working fine, but as soon as I put this one in, it stopped working. And I think because I'm now almost out of tape, I'm going to stop the video at that. So thank you for watching, and I guess if you've got any comments, feel free to leave them down below. Kind of ridiculous, really, that it took that much just to get that working.